All of these people in my life acting berserk. I'm feeling all pissed off and hurt. I need to know if I am the jerk. Oh, am I the jerk? Oh.
All right, got a lot of emails here today. People want to know if they're being jerky with their behavior or not. We'll give you a ruling to let you know. This first person wants to know if they're a jerk because they have no interest in helping their daughter raise her baby. In the email, it says, I got pregnant with my daughter when I was 16 years old. When I told my parents, they let me know that I had just made the decision to become an adult. They didn't kick me out of the house, but from that moment, I was no longer a kid to them. My social life died on that day. I never went to proms, and I never hung out with my friends really ever again, that I can really remember at least. I had to get a job. I had to work whenever I wasn't watching my daughter. I was paying for formula and diapers. It was tough, but I still graduated high school, and I even later went on to community college. I was a full-time single mom and a student. I went on to get my master's degree, and I worked hard to make a life for myself and my daughter. But by my early 30s, I started to get that social life back again, and I was fully enjoying myself and making enough money to afford what I wanted to do. Then I was told by my daughter last night that she was dropping out of school and was hoping to move back in with me. She is now 19 years old, and despite all of my years of warning, she herself has gotten pregnant by a man who has no intentions of being a father. I'm proud of my daughter for wanting to keep her child as I did, but I am not ready to go through it all again. I earned my life, and I just started to live it. I told my daughter simply that I would have to think about it, and she was devastated. Look, I had to pay for my choice, and I think she has to pay for hers too. This is not going to be easy, and I will be here to help a bit, but I'm not ready to be her co-parent and have her living with me and constantly changing diapers and being awakened by a baby in the middle of the night. I think she needs to live on her own and keep her job. She also needs to pay for a babysitter. I'll help when I can, but I did not make this choice. She did. I paid for my choice, and I think she needs to pay for hers. Does this make me a jerk?
I think I would, and I can only say what I would do. I think I would stop short of babysitting and helping on that level. I would not, want to buy formula and diapers, but I think I would give them a roof to live under. At 19, single mom, is she able to provide a place for her and her new baby to live? I would want to know that they had a roof over their head. Beyond that, I think it's fine for you to lay down the law and tell your daughter that she's going to have to take care of every other detail.
But I think that just the living at the house, too, is probably the big thing for the mom as well. Not even helping. I think she'd probably want to help out with some of the diapers and all that because she's able to do that. But then having everyone come in the house, her way of life is going to change. And that's what I think. That's what I
do, too. I'm getting that, too, from the way she wrote this email. It sounds like that's not what she wants to be rocked with. All those, when a baby is there in your house, you're going to know you have a baby in your house. And she doesn't want to go back to that. She's enjoying what she's doing. Maybe she's dating. Maybe she has dudes over.
All that does change. It completely changes.
Definitely. I get it. And it sucks. But I would be so worried about the kind of living conditions that my daughter and grandchild would have to be in if they weren't getting some kind of help.
And that's the kind of question a lot of people have to ask. And it's really kind of what kind of person you are. Because I'm with you, Virginia. I'm more with if the family needs help, even if I don't agree with their choices or decisions, that's kind of how I would roll with it. But then there's other people going, no, this is your life. These are your choices, and I'm not going to help you.
So it really just depends on where your heart is. It sounds like her heart is, they're not moving in with me.
She doesn't want to struggle anymore. She struggled her whole life, and she wants to. She finally thought when her daughter turned 18, she's like, I raised my kid, and she that's what she thought. How the game was.
Now I get to live.
But life doesn't care about your plans.
That's true.
It just doesn't.
Life does not care.
And you still have a family there. It's all going to depend on what you want to do. I come from a family that we always try to help each other out. and there's an open door usually. Now, what would be nice is to see the daughter definitely trying to better her situation and show that to the mom if she does move in, making sure she's doing everything she can do to get out of that situation.
And 19 is not the same as 16. Your daughter is a little bit older. She still is in a predicament where she should be in school, but she's probably graduated high school. She's probably, I don't know, in the workforce. She's going to have to continue school and keep working, or just keep working.
The mom has said basically that she did that. She worked, she raised her daughter, and she went to school. And she made it, and so I believe that she's saying, hey, I did it, and I made the choice. You're exactly where I was, but you're a couple years older, so you're going to find out what life I lived.
I mean, it's tough, too, because every family structure is different, Not everyone's as close as my family is. We were very close family. Not everyone's like that. And you don't want a situation. I see what Virginia's saying. You don't want the baby to struggle. It's not the baby's fault. And you don't want them to be homeless.
Right.
But you also don't want to coddle them to a point where they don't learn anything either.
It's a delicate balance. You don't want to you don't want the baby in a situation where the baby's now in danger or, living in a shelter. I mean, that to me sounds like the worst scenario. And if I was the last refuge for my daughter and it was up to me to do that or her to be in a shelter, I would absolutely bring her into my home. I couldn't imagine sending my daughter and her newborn to a shelter.
Oh, this is why there's so much family drama out there, because not everyone in the family goes about things the same way.
Right.
And if you are close to your family, you could be someone that doesn't help them out, or you could be someone that's there for your family. And it's always the balance of going, am I helping them out too much? Am I not helping them out enough?
Sure.
Because you don't want to stunt somebody from being to emotionally grow and be a better person.
Yeah.
But you also don't want to be a cold-hearted snake either.
Right.
Because we all go through tough times in life.
So some of the thoughts that we have right now coming in via text, 877-979-WRMF. One person texted in, said, this mother isn't a jerk, she's a biatch. Okay. They think she is doing it wrong. Someone else said this woman needs to be there for her daughter. The I suffered, so you need to also mindset is horrible, somebody said.
It sounds like the mom does not want to have anything to do with the raising of the baby.
Yeah, I just think the mom needs to soften up a little bit.
The grandma, I should say.
Grandma. Yes, it was rough for you. Yes, you went through it. We get it. But look at you now. You're okay now. And I think that if you're in a position to help your family, you should.
Yeah, and again, I played baseball with a couple kids that came up from the country, and they had a very strict family. And if they were 18 years old, the way the family looked at it is, you're an adult, you have to take responsibility, and I don't give a crap if we're blood, you have to learn. There's that approach. Yeah, right. I didn't come from that kind of family, so I'm always going to want to try to help the family. But that doesn't always work either.
Yeah. Got a couple other comments that are coming in here, 877-979-WRMF. Somebody else was talking about how they did it. They were empty nesters, and their niece had a baby and came in the house, and they said it has turned everything upside down. This mom is not a jerk, because it will turn your life upside down having a baby in the house.
Make no mistake about it. Your life that you had is now going to be altered.
We know. On
a big-time level. But then people are going to go, well, you're the mom. You should want to take care of your... You're never not going to be your mother. You're always going to be your mother.
I think that you can put things in place, because you talked about how you're in a position now where financially you're not struggling. So you probably do have maybe a spare bedroom, and you can put them in that, and you can be a help to your daughter. Help her put together savings. Help her get on the right track. Help her continue her education. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
I feel like the mom is just a little cold.
Suits will put up a KVJ TV poll. We'll see where the audience ultimately sits. Is this mom a jerk for not letting her pregnant 19-year-old daughter move back into her house with her to raise her new baby?
Oh, you're going to get so many emails on this one?
Yes or no?
Screaming emails in all caps.
On both sides.
Yes.
People are passionate on both sides on this one.
Yeah.
So please, scream at Kevin.